We all know about the 95% 4-hour A&E target standard. Winter 2014-15 saw this fall to just 88%, an all-time low. Clearly, our emergency care system is struggling. But is this just an A&E problem? Well, it's true that the 4-hour standard implies it is, but A&E is like the canary in the mine. When A&E struggles, it means the whole system is failing. Why A&E departments are missing the 4-hour standard is a complex story. But the consequences of a struggling A&E are all too obvious. Stressed staff, unhappy patients, worried relatives, and our single biggest problem is exit block. Exit block happens when patients have received all necessary emergency department treatment, but now need to be admitted to a ward, but there's no bed available. So these patients end up waiting in A&E. But that doesn't stop more people arriving. The result is congestion, overcrowding, longer waiting times, and most significantly, poorer patient outcomes. The college estimates 550 people died unnecessarily because of exit block in 2014, a situation we regard as unacceptable. So what causes exit block? Well, to understand that, you have to pull back and look at patient flow through and beyond the hospital. A lack of beds is often cited as the problem. It's true we have amongst the fewest beds per head of population in Europe. But our biggest problem is delayed discharge, when a patient is medically fit to go home, but for one reason or another can't. Our social care system is under huge pressure, and so the number of bed days lost waiting for care to be instituted in patients' own homes has doubled in the last 2 years. It's moved from 6th to 3rd in the list of reasons for exit block. But the two biggest causes for delayed discharge remain within the NHS itself, often within the hospital. Blockages caused by a lack of timely coordination between different specialties, waiting for diagnostics, drugs, porters, the list goes on. The hospitals that rarely suffer exit block have embedded escalation policies, dedicated patient flow teams, and a culture that understands that an overcrowded A&E department is unsafe. Anyone working in a hospital, from the chief executive to the most junior healthcare assistant, can help tackle this problem by doing something sooner than they planned. Completing ward rounds before lunch, ensuring take-home drugs are at the ward by 10 a.m, arranging transport to enable patients to leave before midday, and ensure discharge planning starts on the day of admission. So, we need to get patients who no longer require an acute hospital bed into their own home or community beds more quickly. We need daily access to senior medical staff in all specialties, but with the necessary input of social workers, rehabilitation staff, and transport. Only with 7-day services can we prevent bottlenecks and batching, which guarantee poor flow and inefficiencies. At times of peak demand and bed occupancy, stable patients should be moved from the emergency department to the ward, even when a bed isn't yet ready. This is proven to be safer for the patient concerned and safer for the next patient who needs their space in the emergency department. We know that exit block is not inevitable, yet it remains the single biggest challenge facing the urgent care system. It's critical we recognise the importance of working together to find solutions, so our patients get the best possible outcomes and staff can provide quality care in a safe and efficient environment.